So hi guys, in this video we are going to see inheritance. So why we are using inheritance concept and how we are implementing inheritance concept. So uh, yeah, so let's go to the editor. Yes, inheritance. So basically inheritance, you are aware about, hopefully you are aware about inheritance. So there are various type of inheritance. So let's a quick discussion about inheritance. What are the types of inheritance? So yeah, so inheritance basically, suppose we have already implemented some feature. In last video also have explored about this thing inheritance. So suppose there are some feature that is already implemented and we want to enhance their feature, existing feature we want to enhance, or we want to use the existing feature in both scenario. Suppose I have I'm printing something, that's it, I'm printing something, but in later one, in version 1, suppose we have a developed one application. In version 1 we are printing something and syntax is something like okay, all we are printing as a paragraph, that's it, all length, that's okay. In version 2 we want to format that printing pattern. Okay, in version 1 it was printing simply like nothing, all the things as a paragraph only, but in the second one we want to uh, change that paragraph, one paragraph to many paragraph with their bullet points and all that things. So printing method will be same only, but their logic to print the data, that we will change in the second one. So what will why we want change in version 1? So suppose there are some application that is written in version 1, it will implemented okay, it will print only one paragraph, and that service is being used for some our UI side or some other guy or third party also can use our service. So he has implemented that implemented or using our application version 1. So suppose if will change the version 1, it will impact all of those guy who is using our version 1 system. So that we don't want to do, because once I will change, suppose I have just changed one line, but because of that one line, whatever, whoever or whatever, wherever he is implemented our services with their local services. Local services means basically a part of services. So wherever our services is being used, that needs to be changed, but that we won't make, because it will make our project maintainability, means it's difficult to maintain. So that's why we release the version, so that it won't impact the older version. Whatever we want to change, that will do in the next version. So that's why this inheritance being used. Apart from that also, there are some feature that is already implemented, and we don't want to write the same code again. Simply we can use the existing feature. So by using which also we can do the by using inheritance, we can implement use that features in our program. So one type of inheritance is single inheritance, means there are two class, one class and A class and B class. So A class have some feature and B class wants to inherit that feature. So simply B will inherit A, B class inheriting only one class. So that's why it's called single inheritance. So multiple inheritance, okay, we'll discuss later. Just yeah, so single inheritance, we got it, the single inheritance. There is one multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance means suppose we have three classes: class A, class B, class C. It can be more also, more than three or any. So suppose there are some feature that is implemented in C, and same feature we need in class B. So we will inherit C, just similar to single inheritance. So now that feature is available in the B but written in C. We want same feature in class A also, so we can inherit class B because that feature is available in B. So if you will see sequence, A is inheriting B and B is inheriting C. So these are the multi levels. So that's why this is called multi-level inheritance. Third one is hierarchical inheritance. Okay, so hierarchical inheritance. Inheritance means suppose that feature is written in C class and same feature we want in B as well as A. So one way what we can use, B will extend, basically B will inherit the C feature and the A and B will inherit the B feature. So this will call multi-level inheritance. Another way that feature is written in C, so B will inherit the feature from C and A will also inherit the feature from C. So this feature, if you will see image, okay, let me open the Paint. Yeah, so suppose that feature is written in A and there is two class A and B. So this is A, this is B and this is C. So that feature, this will also inherit this will also inherit, and this C will also inherit the A1 only. So this is called hierarchical inheritance. Now we have defined three type of inheritance: single, multi-level, hierarchical. Now come to the multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance means suppose there are some feature that is written in the two class. Let's go here. Yeah, so there are some feature that is written in class A as well as class B, and we have one class C. So suppose we want to use that feature in class C, but that feature is written in class A as well as B both. Oh, what I did. This will B and this is C. So that feature is written in A as well as B also. So one way what we can do, we can inherit any one of this one, either this or this. So that feature we want to use. But suppose there are some feature that is one feature is common in these two class and rest of all is different one, and in class C I want to use all the feature from A as well as B, that is mapping as well as not matching all the features we want to use. So in that scenario we need to inherit the both one. So what problem will have? This is called multiple inheritance, means one class is inheriting this one also and this one also, two. But there is a problem. Java does not support multiple inheritance. There is a solid reason for that. What is that reason? Suppose, as we discussed, there are some feature written that is implemented in this class as well as this class, both one, and this class wants to use this feature. What will happen when we'll try to implement this? Suppose Java allowing us to use multiple inheritance. So we implemented. When we'll try to call that feature from this class, Java compiler will be confused. Why it will confuse? He won't know whatever feature we want to call, that will be called from this class or this class. because the same feature is implemented in both class. So Java compiler will be confused, and just to avoid this problem, Java even does not supporting the multiple inheritance. So simply just ignoring कि okay, no, we won't support multiple inheritance, but there are some scenario where we need to implement the multiple inheritance. So how do we do that multiple inheritance? So Java saying कि by using the class, this is class A, this is class B, this is class C. So by using the class you can't implement multiple inheritance, but if you want to implement multiple inheritance you can implement by using interface. Means suppose this is one interface and this is another interface and this is class. So there are some feature in this one and this one, that is common one, so that we can use multiple inheritance with the help of inheritance. Why? In class 1 whatever function we will write or we are writing that have bodies, their logic and everything. So that's why compiler will confuse कि I have to execute this logic or this logic, because both have their logic. But if we'll go with interface, interface have signature, not the body, it doesn't have logic. So that's why compiler won't confuse कि oh, this one also don't have logic, this one also don't have logic. So I don't have to worry about this thing, simply that logic will be implemented in this class and that I have to execute. So that's why Java supports multiple inheritance through interface, not via class. One is, so this is 4 type of inheritance. One is called hybrid. What happened? Yeah. So hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance means combination of any these interface, and the inheritance is called hybrid inheritance. So if you want to use multiple inheritance you can use in hybrid, but you have to keep in mind कि multiple inheritance will be supported only via interface, not via class. That you have to keep in mind. So these are the types of inheritance in Java. Let's go to Eclipse and write down some class. So suppose we have one class. Yeah, so that we can do. Okay, let's ignore the feature, we'll simply discuss about that inheritance. Okay, so human can talk and human can walk. So it's a general one. Any human, if he is human, anyone, he can talk as well as he can walk. Don't go with line I'm writing here. You can write, you can implement the logic for walking, and you can implement the logic by using the mic and a speaker that can talk. So human can talk and human can walk. So now there is one class whose name is Ram, and Ram is a human. So what he will do, if he want to use the feature of human, one thing what he can do, he has to implement talking feature as well as walking feature with his own, because he is human and human can talk as well as walk both. So he, one thing what he can do, he can implement both the logic with their own. What is the problem? Same line of code we have to write here also, and we have to write here also. This is example. So this one having only one line of code, but if you'll go in the real-time environment, some of the method, some of the function have 500 lines of code. So in that at that time you have to write same 500 lines of code here also, and 500 lines of code here also. That can go beyond 500 also. So that we don't want to do code replication. We have to avoid that thing. We have to use a code reusability. So what we will do, this RAM can extends means inheriting human. Now he don't have to implement this feature. Now this talk feature as well as walk feature available for RAM. So this one inheriting this one, only one class, and this concept is called single inheritance. So let's create the object of RAM. And now RAM dot talk so if we will run, I can talk, I can walk. It means this class have feature of this one and this one of both. So this is called single inheritance. Okay, now before going to the next level of inheritance, there is one logic that I want to explain. Write down the top of the file. I just make it so sequence so that it's look like okay, this is the parent one and this is the child one and this is the main class that we are inheriting. So one thing I just want to share with you. Suppose single inheritance. Hope I got means you got cleared what are the single inheritance and why we are using single inheritance, how we are implementing that one also. So I think we can discuss in next video that what I want to discuss. Suppose these two are class, so there are various type of method, overloaded method. In this one, if I will call from any class that overloaded method, how it will be called? In last video I told you number of parameter, according to number of parameter we will call, but there are some scenario that you will be completely confused which one will be called in that scenario. So that I will show you in next video. Let's bind up for this video because this video will be long. Let it keep short. So thank you guys. In next video we'll see how method calling is working. Then we'll go for the next level of inheritance, because if you will know the way how method is being called by JVM, then you can better understand this inheritance feature. Okay guys, thank you.